What's up, everybody? This is Nerd Rage and Chill. My name is Naval Joker.
And I'm Barbarics, and this is our first Paragon NerdCast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So the new patch came out just a week ago. Less than a week ago. Is this Tuesday? This last Tuesday. And they made a lot of different changes to some needed, some not. But one of the main ones that they really focused on is death streak changes.
Yep.
And the death streak needed to be addressed due to the fact that certain characters who would be easy to kill were just being focused on.
Yeah.
And it would create a snowball effect.
Yeah, and then you'd have people on your team that just weren't that good, and they'd lose the match for your whole team because they just kept dying over and over again.
And it made it more of a toxic environment. I mean, I even fell under being toxic to some people when it came down to in the past with death streaks. Just because they may be purposely doing them, they may not be, but at the same time, when the other team's just getting kill on the same person over and over again, it kind of doesn't help the situation for everyone else.
Yeah, and I mean, I think everybody's gotten into that point, where they've just been toxic or really angry at somebody because it's like, dude, you died 5 to 10 times and it's 15 minutes in. What are you doing?
Yeah, are you even paying attention right now? But it's definitely good. Basically, what they were saying is that basically if a hero that has died 5 times in a row now pays out 500 less card power, which is really good for the aspect of your teammates not being like, okay, well, he's feeding them. And it's really, I mean, they're going to get maybe 100 card power, which is a tenth of a card power.
Yeah, you may as well be farming minions at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So the benefit's not really there anymore. I mean, people are still trying to make people go into death streaks just because it's an easy, quick. It now is just more or less about killing someone that the less people they have to face. Mm-hmm. So if they can pick off one dude and make it a 4v5, it's that more beneficial to that team. So other than that, there's no real benefit now of going after that same person over and over again and putting pretty much a mark on their head.
Yeah, and I've actually experienced this since the patch. Whereas I normally would have been mad at somebody because I had a Chimera on my team. It was on one of my alternate accounts. He died 13 times in the first 15 minutes. Which I've never seen somebody do that before. It was ridiculous. But I knew that he wasn't going to lose me the game because he was feeding so much to the enemy team.
Yeah, exactly. And and now it's not something where you feel bad too much early game if you die quickly or you die over and over again. It's not. It's even less detrimental to the success of your team. If you do that. So I think that was a good fix for this patch. One of the few good fixes. Yeah. Another one is team comms. So team comms for Paragon are very interesting due to the fact that there's no voice chat inside that client.
Yeah.
For anyone who actually plays really in-depthly, very adamantly, very loyally, they don't use they get people into a chat room to be successful. I play on PlayStation, so everyone I play with that I know, we use a PlayStation chat room. Mm-hmm. I know you use Discord.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing that can beat vocal communication. I mean, this is a great idea, pinging and all that kind of stuff, but...
Yeah, it's I guess an arbitrary system, really.
Yeah.
Well, not arbitrary, because I'm trying to think of the word for it.
I think it's just a filler. It's kind of like a filler until they can develop something.
Yeah, I get that there's probably some difficulties developing it for cross-platform communication. But, I mean, they developed the whole game for cross-platform communication.
Yeah,
You'd think they'd be able to get the voice chat in. And for me, it needs to be a top priority.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I personally don't use the ping system. I just don't use it.
Unless I'm playing with random.
Even then, I don't use it.
I do it just in case.
Yeah, no,
but at the same time, like, trying to remember, like, for a PlayStation player, it's like memorizing, like it's the reason why I don't like Street Fighter. It's because you have to memorize the combos. Right. So it's like circle, so a circle. Good job. Like that, I'm pretty sure that's even wrong. So hopefully, it's like no one really fact checks me on that one.
Right.
But like it takes me so long, and I'm like I'll have to be running while holding this, and then like if I encounter it in person, I've sometimes accidentally just still been in the chat and been trying to throw out abilities and I can't because I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Right.
And it's because I'm still in the chat and I haven't like finished off a command.
And the actual chat feature, like typing, is mostly useless because it's a mix of PS4 and PC.
Yeah.
And you have to stop moving
Yep.
to use it, which just isn't, you just can't do that.
So it's definitely something where like, thank you, Paragon, for trying to make the communication a little bit better with giving more options and giving more specific of like, instead of saying, I need help, and if they're not paying attention to the map, they're like, who the fuck said that? Yeah. But it's now something where it's like, okay, help, right, help, please, like, like it gives us this option of like going a little bit more specific in the communication, but voice chat. Let's get this voice chat in there.
Needs to happen.
It really does need to happen. Now this version is 3.7 or 0.37. Sorry, I put the decimal wrong.
Right.
But they added a lot of cool stuff. They, now backdoor protection.
Yeah.
Really like that.
I do too.
So if you're gonna take down the core without minions, it's gonna be a little bit harder. I've seen people with Orb Prime be able to actually take it down still, but that means that you actually have to take Orb Prime to do it. Like you will die by yourself. A Chimera, Greystone, whoever who will try to backdoor has to have, if they're doing it by themselves, have to have Orb.
Yeah,
and I like that. And they also updated Orb, and now regenerates 600 health per second.
Yeah, out of combat.
So it's not like something where someone that could just roll in and try to pick it off really easily. Yeah. Like after, if a team fails and they see that they need to bail out of it, like it's not like someone who could just like walk in and finish it off real quickly. Now it's like by the time you roll in, like it could recover about 1,800 health already.
It does make me a little curious though. If you're under a turret and there's no minions there, and you're being attacked by the turret, does that count as you being in combat? I've never actually thought about it before. Because if it doesn't, then you could potentially, sit under a turret and beat the hell out of it with that regen.
Well, that's for Orb Prime.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like for the turret?
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean, what? Am I thinking about that wrong?
Yeah, I think you're thinking about it wrong.
Okay.
So it's when Orb Prime is out of combat.
Okay, it's not the character?
Not the character itself.
See, okay. Now I confused myself.
Yeah. It's kind of like when minions, when you go out of their little circle in the jungle, and then they go back and regenerate health.
So he'll go back up like instantly then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I was wondering, like, that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like...
I see how you saw it, like... But no, the note is talking about Orb Prime being out of combat.
The mob itself, not the player. I was like, if you get Orb Prime, 600 health... What?
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about that. I was like...
So, updated graphics and updated collision meshes.
Yeah.
Great. Good job.
I'm really impressed with the way the map looks now.
I mean, there's still issues.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's getting there.
There's still broken normals on certain things and other stuff like that.
I still keep going around a tower on the staircases of them.
Right.
I'll get launched into the air and then drop again. Still. Weird. And that's a bad mesh.
Yeah.
It's a bad collision detection. But it doesn't happen all the time, but it's still kind of annoying. Like, especially if you have skill shots that you have to land and
right, it just messes you up.
Yeah. So that's something that they need to fix.
But I knew they'd make the map look better again because the
original map
when it, I know I talked about this before, but when it first came out, it was just as gross, if not worse, than Monolith was when it came out. And it took them forever to get it to look in the way it was.
Well, and they get the excuse of like, this is a beta, like we don't actually have to have everything ready technically.
Technically, yeah.
So they get that excuse, but at the same time, you guys are pretty much a full length game, guys. Like you really are. Like you are a game. You need to, if you're going to take your time with it, address it.
Yeah.
Address it. Don't make us think that this is like a super well done, detailed map.
Yeah.
Give us that heads up saying, yeah, just so you know, this is like alpha stage level.
The misleading loading screen you load in is like, oh, it looks so great. And you get in, it's like, no.
Well, even during their little promotional stuff on it, like it looked great. And then we get like this barely detailed map in Unity or in Unreal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, on that point, whatever. Like, but as long as you're going to be updating it and let us know that you're updating it, you're good in our book so far. What else did they change? Siege minions should no longer run past enemy heroes. That's not entirely true.
No, it's not. But I do like the change.
Yeah, I see less times that it's doing it.
Yeah, the thought behind it, is definitely good.
Yeah, exactly. What else did they fix here?
Fix the orb not targeting when you move inside the model.
Yeah. Fix a bug where abilities were able to drain the Amber Link, which was pretty important.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the bots.
Oh my god.
So they made some changes in the bot behavior, which is cool because it's giving more reality to the AI.
Yeah.
Like you'll see more actual like player strategy. Mm-hmm. But I've been noticing some stuff that's weird with them, and I know Barbarics here has been noticing weird stuff with them. Let's talk about some of the experience that we've had with this new AI.
The other day I was playing, leveling up an account that can only play against AI. So I'm playing, and I'm like, what the hell is Iggy doing in the jungle, right? Because he was in the jungle for like 2 minutes. So I go in to check on him, and he's standing like as max distance away from jungle minions, just hucking his bottle at them over and over, and they keep running out and resetting, and he's there for the rest of the match, just auto-attacking the same minions because he can't kill them because they keep resetting and going back to full health. It's like, is this for real? Like, I don't know how to put it. The bots are like intelligent retards now because they're really smart.
Well, and they're situationally smart and situationally dumb.
Yeah.
Like, for example, that Iggy. I've also seen a Greystone go after a ward without placing his own ward to see it.
Right.
Like, he can't hit it, but I know that he knows that ward's there because I placed it.
Yeah.
And I just see him swinging at this invisible ward that he can't hit. So he was there for a good 2 minutes while I took his tower down.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, then they're super smart when they have their ults.
Yeah.
They'll wombo combo you all day.
Those ults are intense.
Yeah, like you... And I think it's kind of cool because you actually get to see, like, ways that you can combo ults through the bots. Like, man, I never even thought about these ults working together. Like, maybe we should try it one time.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you could coordinate like that with a pro team, like...
That well.
It's just so much damage sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I jumped in to three of the enemy bots with a Greystone, and instantly, like, as soon as I hit the ground, I was dead. And, I went into the Greystone's ult, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I had to jump out, because they blew everything on me and instantly killed me.
Oh, yeah. Because I was telling you about the Steel Gideon Aurora combo that I'd never thought about doing, but it's fucking genius. It's like not only are you frozen, you are slowed, and you just got knocked up, and then like I was like a firework going off when I died because like Aurora froze me, Gideon kept me in there just to like I don't know in case I fucking unfroze.
Right.
And then Steel ulted me. I'm in the air, still being affected by Gideon's ult, and then I explode like a firework from the explosion of Aurora's ult. And I'm like, the fuck just happened, man? Like, I was just trying to go back to base.
How am I supposed to deal with this?
But it's cool to see all these combos happen. And, that's one reason to play AI is kind of see how the AI do it.
And it gives you a reason to actually be afraid of the AI at this point too, because before they made these changes, like I just walk through the enemy team, and just destroy them.
And now bots actually target like Iggy's turret, and Bellica's drone, and I mean it's kind of annoying because you're just trying to test some stuff out, but like that's the only reason why I play bots to test decks. But at the same time, it's cool to see that they're smarter in certain places, but they're still dumb. I mean, they're AI.
They push the safe lane so hard.
Oh yeah,
the whole game too. Like they're constantly split pushing that lane.
Yeah.
And if you don't have somebody on your team to just sit there and defend it, you'll lose the game.
Yeah.
So
they're not afraid to go into the tower now either. Like
no, they're not.
But yeah, I think the AI. I mean, like if people treated AI like actual practice mode, it would be better. And a lot of people just use it as like an easy win, and it's like, is that really how pathetic you are right now? Is to just play AI to win?
Yeah.
And I mean, you should win every time, but it shouldn't be easy all the time.
Right. They are some of the better bots that I've seen in any MOBA at this point.
I think the next thing they should do with bots is difficulty levels.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of like, give me some hard like opponents to like face off against, like actually people that know how to build their decks type of thing.
Right.
Who know the last hit minions, who aren't afraid to engage.
Even if it's just like an artificial difficulty where the AI is still the same, but it cranks up their stats, like they have more health and armor and stuff like that. So you have to try harder. Just
give us that option to like really go against the odds type of thing.
Yeah.
So some card changes. We have they reduced the scout and shadow war durations.
Yeah.
To 90 seconds from 2 minutes, and they also reduced the cooldowns. Mm-hmm. So less time to wait for a charge on your wards, but they don't last as long. What's your thoughts on that?
I like it, and the reason for that is because I play a lot of jungle and carry characters, and it gets to the point where there's so many wards in the jungle, like especially up with more of the better players. Like once you get into like platinum area, that jungle's like always warded, and you can't go through the jungle without everyone knowing where you're at.
Yeah.
You're more hidden in the lanes than you are in the jungle at some point. And this makes it so that people have to focus on those wards and make sure they keep them up. At a much better. The management is much more difficult just by doing that.
And see, the only thing I wish that they would introduce to that, because I totally agree, you have to be more aware of your wards now with this whole change. Yes, they're shorter duration, boo-hoo, get over it. Yeah. But they reduced the cooldown by half. Both are by half. So you have to literally, every minute, you should look at your wards and see what wards you need to make sure you put up. Because then you can reposition wards that you already put up. Like maybe put them deeper into the enemy's jungle or put them in a better choke spot or anything like that. The only thing I wish that they would add is a replenishment instead of like placing a new ward.
Right.
Like if you already have a ward and you like the location of that ward already, you should be able to just go up to it and just like refresh.
It would be nice.
And it would just take a charge.
That would be really nice, actually.
Yeah, because it's kind of annoying to place the same ward over and over again in the same spot when you could just replenish it. And then if it gets destroyed, then it's that gamble.
Yeah.
Of like, should I replenish it or should I change the location because that the enemy team's putting a ward right there every time and they just keep killing my ward. Yeah. So let me put it somewhere else. Let me put it in a further location, maybe something out of the way that like no ward goes. Right. So I think the wards are getting a lot more usable. I just don't use scout wards anymore. They're a waste of a card power. Yeah. Due to the fact that there are certain places that you can put them in elevation, but not really. Yeah. So they're easy to hit.
I really hate those cards.
Yeah, why not just give us make the scout ward one shadow ward? Yeah. And then you get more shadow wards if you buy an actual shadow ward card. Yeah. That would be a lot better.
I would actually use the scout ward at that point. It would give me a reason to buy it.
Because what I use on most of my decks is a potion, or a strike whatever token.
Yeah.
And then a health token.
Yeah.
Or I think the regeneration one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my primary set because I used to use shadow wards or scout wards, but they were easy to place higher up so people can't hit them we have all this elevation, but they made it so that we can't do it anymore.
Right.
We have more elevation in this map, but we can't put them on higher up areas.
Yeah. I don't know. And with the LOS, they wouldn't work as well up high, anyways.
I mean, yeah, but at least I have a lane.
Yeah.
So that if I get ganked, I can at least try to escape.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't even bother with that. And I know you go right into wards.
Yeah, depending on what I'm playing. When I'm in jungle, like I was saying earlier, I'll get the jungle items. I forget the cup. It's for the corruption one.
Yeah.
I'll get that, or I'll get the one with it's basically the same thing, but it's the growth one.
Vampiric Elixir, that's the one, right?
Is that the corruption one?
Yeah, it's the corruption one. It's the
okay.
cup.
Yeah, it's 1 point. And, I get that, and
it's health, life steal or something like that.
Yeah, and depending on the character, I'll get the growth one.
Yeah.
A health potion and some token. Either a guard token or a cast token, something like that. But otherwise, I'll just if I'm mid or off lane or safe lane, then I go for the ward right off the bat because having that vision immediately is
super
invaluable.
beneficial.
Yeah, and then you can just go back and
the only lane that really doesn't need it is actually safe lane.
Yeah,
just for the fact that it's hard to gank. Really,
yeah.
Only a few characters could actually gank really quickly. Which I've actually seen Aurora gank safe lane, which is because she could put up that wall.
Yeah,
where
she's
gold
really
buff is
really strong for that. Yeah.
I didn't even think about her doing that, and I was like, man, that's a really good idea. I can't even be mad that I just died right there. But at the same time, you have the dynamic of your support being there.
Yeah.
So you really don't need wards really early game, but at a certain point you do need wards because then they're going to start. If you're playing really well in your lane, that jungler's going to be coming. That mid laner probably is going to come. You might even see the other safe lane come. It's something where wards are super important. I think this update makes them a lot more viable and more important to use.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple of hero comments. So overall, most of the hero fixes are more glitches and sound effects, and for some reason they gave a sound effect to Narbash's thunk, while throwing, which is really weird to hear. I mean, it's cool, but it's not. It really wasn't needed. Maybe fix him to be more of a tank.
Right.
May Paragon fix Narbash to be a tank.
Rework Narbash. He doesn't need more audio.
Well, fix the cards. Let's talk about that. His moveset's good. Everything's good. It's just that he needs to be able to build tank.
Yeah.
He's one of those characters that doesn't need to do damage. He does little supplement damage, but not he's not going to kill someone.
Right.
He shouldn't be killing people by himself. He should be assisting in kills and getting it done. But the cards need to be fixed for him. But anyway, that's a whole different topic for us. But they introduced a new character.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Sorry. Richter had the most odd update that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They made it so that Richter's pull is basically you hold down. They rekeyed it to right mouse button or R1, which for a PC player that seems a little bit more easy for the pull to use the right mouse button.
Yeah, it does.
But the R1, that's kind of interesting that it's a hold and then a fire.
And it's right mouse button.
Yeah, right mouse button.
Okay, I thought you said left.
No, I said right.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Whatever. It's right mouse button.
Yeah.
But R1 for the PlayStation. And it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic. To hold down his pull, right? Because that's his pull.
Yeah.
Hold it down and then let go to fire it on release.
Yeah.
I think it sounds better than it actually is. I haven't tried it.
For me, it won't change the way I'd play him at all, because before...
You mean at all? Playing him at all?
I did play him once. Like, that's all I had to... I played him once and I was like, never again.
Yeah.
But no, it's it wouldn't change... If I were to play him, it wouldn't change the way I play him. Because on PC, I would just click, down, up real fast. I'm not going to hold down and then aim. Because when you do that, whether you're PC or PlayStation, when you hesitate even a little bit, that's when you miss.
Yeah.
So you just want to go as quickly as possible and go off of your base, like, instinct automatic reaction. It's like Pudge in Dota 2.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there, like, trying to get the perfect hook, you'll never land it. So, when you're playing, it's just like you see something, throw the hook.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I think Paragon misunderstood what people were saying about Richter.
Yeah.
I think it's not the fact that it's hard to cast. It's hard because it doesn't hit. Mm-hmm. Or it's not long enough to hit.
It's not satisfying either.
No.
Like, when you do land it, it's just like, okay.
Well, fucking finally. That's exactly what I usually say.
Yeah.
Is I get the pull and I'm like, fucking finally, or wrong fucking person. Like,
yeah, because I don't know why. I really want there to be some kind of damage attached to it, because if it's going to be hard to land, right, like, you could make it harder than it is now.
Yeah.
Right? Even reduce the speed at which it goes out, but increase the length, and then give it a load of damage.
Yeah.
And give it, like a long cooldown. So he can throw his hook really far, just like Pudge, grab somebody, and it does damage, and bring it back to him. And then he can lock him down and kill him. But then he would change from being a support tank to being, more of an assassin ganker,
jungler.
Which is kind of where Pudge is.
Yeah.
But I really feel like that's the only way to make him work properly. Otherwise, you end up with something similar to what Heroes of the Storm has. I don't know the name of the character, but his grip doesn't do any damage. Like, he just doesn't, in general, doesn't do any damage. And then his ultimate is a stun, basically, because he eats you. Yeah. And holds you in his stomach, and it does a little bit of damage and spits you out. And it's really underwhelming, and that's how Richter is. He's just not impressive.
The problem is that, like, if Richter's going to be a support, his moveset doesn't really work that way. Mm. He has a moveset of an assassin. Yeah. He has a moveset to separate one person from the rest of the group, and then, like, team fight wipe on that person. And what he should be is more of a team fight asset. And like I was talking about in our worst heroes for Richter, right, is making it more of like a pull group. Like, pull multiple people into him somehow, and then his ult would work with that. Yeah. Because he stuns them all and freezes them, and then silence the massive damage dealer, so that, like, especially Gideon, silence that motherfucker so he can't escape. Yeah. And then do an AoE and keep everyone there. Like, see, and that would make him super viable. And make it easier. Make his pull kind of like Grux's. Yeah. That would be interesting. That would be more dynamic. Take what Grux's pull was like in Legacy and give it to Richter instead. That would be pretty interesting. And actually, then he could be tanky, because he really, like, have you ever seen anyone play him with power? Because he actually doesn't scale very well with power at all. No, I haven't watched it. His base, like, you could build his basic up and do it that way, but his abilities really don't do that much, honestly. Yeah. His ult's the only one that actually can take a good chunk out of it. Yeah. But make his pull, like, let him pull in like 3 people. Yeah. And then he fits this role of, like, he could separate a group so that he forces like this really quick, like, 5v3. Yeah. He's able to set these up. You can split up team fights. And with these shadow walls, that pull would be so powerful. Yeah. Like, literally someone, like, they're all running, like, a couple of them are running into the jungle on your shadow wall side, then he just pulls them in, ults them, silences them, and then everyone else just feeds on them. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, and it'd be a wombo combo for him. I would play Richter. Yeah, I would too. I mean, he'd still be a support because he wouldn't do all that much damage on his own. Yeah.
But I would play Richter because that would be fun gameplay.
Yeah, it would be. Like, just hearing it makes me want to play it.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to go play, and then I'm like, oh, wait, that was just my imagination.
Right.
Like, oops, sorry, I regret now picking Richter. Sorry, everyone, good game. But I think honestly, I mean, he's a very bad character. He's the worst character, one of the worst characters overall. But I mean, he has potential, and that's why he wasn't ranked too badly on our list.
Yeah, and I mean, I give you crap for Narbash all the time, but I mean, really, Richter.
Yeah, I would accept criticism if that was my main.
Yeah, no, I just give you crap because it's Narbash, really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Richter is by far worst. By far and away worst.
Narbash is pretty close. Let's be honest, but if you know how to play. I think that's the difference between Richter and Narbash. If you know how to play Narbash and you're smart about it, he actually is viable.
Yeah.
But with Richter, there's no like if you're good with, I haven't seen a Richter that I face in another match where I'm like, oh my god, it's a Richter.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. Like, no, it's like he's just not dying.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. It's like, okay,
And then this new character.
Aurora.
Let's talk about Aurora. Your thoughts, good or bad?
Well, personally, I haven't played her enough to make a complete decision on it. But what I did play of her, I didn't really like that much, to be honest. I don't know. It's partly because I played with the default deck.
Yeah.
But it's also I don't like her E. I forget what it's called. Let me see here.
Yeah.
I gotta see the ability. Is there a list here? Can I click it? No. But yeah, it's the ability where she draws a circle around herself.
Yeah, I can't remember what exactly that
I totally
button mapped is, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I totally forgot what it's called. But yeah, she drives me nuts because I expect it to work a certain way, and it just doesn't. It doesn't function the way I want it to, because when she does that ability, she stops.
Horror Frost. That's what it's called.
Horror Frost, yeah. And it's a really cool ability, but when she goes to cast it, she has to stop moving. And with the increased speed in Monolith, people just run out of it. Like, if you're on top of somebody and you cast it, they will just run out of it before it goes around to hit them to stop them from running away from you. So if your Q's on cooldown, you just end up being so far behind them, and you just wasted your E. I know you can't see it here, but I actually took footage from when I played her, and I was chasing a Steel who had no health. I couldn't hit him because he was just barely out of range, so I was like, I'll stun him with my E, and I go do that, and he's just freaking long gone because it just didn't hit him.
She doesn't seem like, with some of her abilities, she's not a chaser.
No, she's not.
Like, you would think that she is, but she doesn't. She's clunky if she chases someone. Like, she can, with her dash, her fucking.
It's her Q.
Is it her Q?
Yeah, it's on the left.
One more. No, it's this one right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, you're right.
The bridge, the glacial charge, like. If you were not the one in combat with the person, you could stop someone from running away. Because I've seen a lot of good Auroras already, and they know where to create that wall so that they can stop someone. Like, they can block minions, they can block your path into the jungle, and people can catch up to you. She can make other characters catch up to their target.
Yeah.
But her, on the other hand, like with that glacial charge, it's kind of hard to charge to the person. And then you would have to quickly do Horror Frost, and then your ult, and then possibly do some damage with your melee, but...
Charging to somebody with her is like charging with Grux in a way.
Yeah.
Like, you'll go right past them.
Yeah. And then you have to, think really quickly.
Yeah, and then usually they're like, oh, okay, they went that way, I'll just run the other way
But I have to say this, if you combo Glacial Charge with Horror Frost, and you do run past them, it actually benefits you in the long run.
Right.
If you really think about it, it really does benefit you if you run past. Because you don't even have to aim it. You could just Glacial Charge, Horror Frost, and then they're stuck there.
Yeah.
Unless they already have a charge waiting, or like a jump.
Yeah.
But she counters a lot of melee characters.
Yeah, she does.
Especially if they go at her.
Yeah.
Like, if they make the mistake of basically not ulting in, I would say for a lot of them, if you don't ult in on Aurora, like, she wants you to come in sometimes. Like, she's one of those characters that actually benefits with her allowing you to come to her. Because then Horror Frost, Glacial Charge to keep them in, like, especially if you charge into a tower on her. Like, she's a great offlaner. Like, probably one of the best due to the fact that her, that decoy move is... I watched it. I didn't think it was going to be that great. I thought it was going to be like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's really
like,
amazing.
It's really amazing because it keeps the minions out of your fucking tower.
Yeah.
And it has such a low cooldown for a move like that. So every time a wave comes or is about to go to your tower, you just stopped them.
And she like you're saying, she is really strong. And like I said, I just haven't played her enough to, because I only played 2 matches with her.
I played 1 and then realized I wasn't meant to play her.
I played 2 and I was like, the first time I was like, well, this is kind of annoying with E. I can get over it. I just need to build a deck before her and then get in and actually play her and, put some time into her.
See, I was hoping that circle, that Horror Frost, would actually be castable afar.
Oh, yeah. That would be a little OP.
And it would be a little bit OP, but it would be great for supporting.
Yeah. Because right now, like, her ultimate is so strong, like
I can't thunk her out of it. I've tried.
Well, it's just
so quick.
Well, you push the button and it's just done.
Yeah,
because there's no like ramp up time. It's not like Gideon or anything.
I wish it was a channeling.
That would make it better because right now, like, if you get caught in it and you're near other people and you explode, like
you all are gonna die pretty much.
Yeah, when you explode, that shatter damage is shared with everybody. In that area, like you blow up and you do damage to that person next to you, and they do damage to you, and the more people in that group, the more it gets ridiculous. So we're gonna see a lot of people. Yeah, like
and we're gonna see a lot of. She's not gonna get out of the meta anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I think she's gonna be one of those heroes that she'll get nerfed, and then she'll get nerfed again. And then she'll get nerfed again, and like it'll be like every patch for the next 2 months.
And then she'll be
small little nerfs.
But with all that, I think she'll just be a mediocre character. She'll be situational.
Yeah,
and because they'll be at a certain point, I feel like Paragon will have enough counters for certain characters.
Yeah,
over time, like Sarah, people figured out counters for her very quickly.
Right.
But her and Aurora here are characters that will be part of the meta for a little bit as we move forward. But I'm excited to see what other characters they come on. She has a really cool design, honestly. Really unique compared to everything else that's in Paragon so far.
Oh yeah, like, and I was watching their podcast that Epic Games was doing, talking about how they created Aurora and all this stuff. The ideas that went into her. I mean, it's a really cool character, and all the work that they put into her, and like especially the Glacial Charge.
Yeah,
like they were talking about that, and it's like. The lead designer went, to like the art team. It's like, can we make this work? Can we do something like that? It's like, yeah, we can. Like,
it's a beautiful move.
It works so well, and it's something that you would think would be so buggy because of how it is.
It is a little bit buggy though.
Like placing terrain on top of other terrain, like existing terrain, like that's insane.
So here's a funny story about a glacial charge that happened. Is this Aurora's running through the jungle. One of my buddies playing Grux as jungle Grux.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Narbash. And you can stun her while she's doing her glacial charge.
Really?
You can stun her while doing it. And basically what happened was I thunked her towards the end of her glacial charge, and she got stuck in the own geometry of the glacial charge. And she was stuck. She couldn't move. She was just like, what? And then my buddy Grux just like, clang, bang, 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 you're dead. Like, it was pretty disgusting to watch.
Yeah, well, you can cancel the wall.
Yeah, you can. So. I don't think she knew that.
Okay, well, I'm assuming it's gonna be like May and most in Overwatch.
Yeah, people aren't gonna know that
you can cancel the wall,
or they fucked over their own team.
Yeah,
because like if you look on the website as we're watching right now. The glacial charge move, she does it in mid lane between the 2 elevated pieces on left or right, depending on which way you're looking at it.
Which is probably one of the best places to do it.
Which is a great place, especially if a team's trying to run away.
Yeah.
But if your team's trying to run away, that was the worst placing of your wall possibly.
Right.
So she could hurt her team, but she can also help her team. So
Yeah, unless you like lay down like that wall and your team all runs over it and then the enemy team's following, you just break it and drop them down.
yeah,
Like that would be a cool situation.
yeah, it would be. That would help.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you separate the enemy team from your own team, that is a good move.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of people actually be really good with her. She fucking counters Countess
Oh yeah.
hard. Like,
Any melee that doesn't have a jump to get out of her E.
my friend, I feel bad so for my friend when he faces, because like it's just like she bursts because Countess has to be close.
Yeah.
For most of her moves. So teleport in, Horror Frost, Glacial Charge, ult, and dead. Like,
Yeah.
if you stop a Countess from killing things with her abilities,
She's done.
she's done.
Which
So
is
she's
good,
a great
'cause
counter.
Countess, I don't know if she had too many counters to begin with. And it's good to see that she has a really hard counter now. And I was thinking, like, even with Chimera is pretty, countered by her pretty strong.
Yeah.
Any melee that doesn't have a leap.
Well, in this meta, if you could slow, you're viable.
Yeah.
If you could stop, you're unstoppable.
Right.
Like, that is the meta that we are in right now with this whole from the change from Legacy is slows, you're viable. That's why Muriel's viable. That's why Narbash is viable still. Richter, that's why he's not viable. He doesn't have anything that really is that too intimidating when it comes to slowing or stopping.
I guess he has his ultimate, but I'm not afraid of Richter's ultimate.
But if I have to use an ultimate to do anything, that's kind of an issue. That's why characters with knockups are becoming really big again.
Yeah.
Characters with slows and then stuns. That's why Decker's the best support. Because she has all of that. She can contain you. Mm-hmm. She can stop you. She can slow you.
Yeah.
And she can escape. She has all the moves that are needed in this meta.
Yeah.
Narbash only has a few. Muriel only has a few.
Yeah.
And shields really aren't that viable. Sorry, Muriel, but shielding is not as important as it was anymore, really.
It's not because the health pools are so much lower.
And they only last for so long.
Yeah.
If they would actually last like green buff, that's totally different.
That would be overpowered.
I don't think it'd be overpowered. I think it'd be a good strategy when it came down to it.
Yeah.
Maybe not as long as green buff, but as long as like a normal buff.
Right.
Like a river buff.
Okay.
Like that maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because then you as Muriel could actually anticipate a team fight and be able to actually help in a team fight.
Beforehand. Yeah.
And just throw out the shield, make her bubble more of a cooldown.
Yeah, make it longer.
If it's going to have that added effect, she has to have a cooldown to counter it.
Yeah.
That way it's not overpowered. She throws that bubble up in a team fight, and that will last for a certain amount of time. Depending on... It gives that person a little bit more health, quote-unquote health, to be viable in that team fight still.
Right.
All right, guys, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next NerdCast video where we go over Epic Games' plan for Paragon in 2017.